Hey, what is going on, everybody? I have got a video for you today, a spy video on Badwater. Yes, another Badwater spy video, I know. But Badwater, great map. It's one of the stock maps, and it's easy to find a game, and it's always in my favourites as well. So the set I'll be using today is the Saharan spy set, which I really don't use that much because this is the best gameplay I've ever had with this set, so I decided to make a video on it. And I usually don't do very well because I usually struggle to get the first stab, because as you know, with the Saharan spy set you cannot disguise. You disguise by backstabbing and you pick up the enemies. You pick up them, so you are them, and it like kind of cloaks the body. When it drops, you'll see. So there's not actually a dead body on the floor anywhere, it's just cloaked up. And the way that people usually see the advantage to this set is the chain stab, because you don't need to disguise in between the stabs. So that's the reason why people would use this set, to get big long chain stabs. And as you can see there, what I tried to do was I was disguised as a demo man, and he was a demo man as well. And you need to know your class speeds for this one, because if you pick up a heavy and you're trying to kill a pyro, it's just not going to work, because they are going to be faster than you. So you can stab and drop your disguise and then speed up and then get the backstab. But if you miss, like I did, you'll lose the disguise and have to start from step 1 again. And the reasons I didn't like this set before are still kind of controversial about it, but this gameplay was good, is because the way it restricts the play style, it restricts it to sneaking about until you get your first disguise, and it also restricts you for very situational stabs like a chain stab or just a one stab, picking off enemies that are just on their own. But the element I do like about it is the stealth, because spy stealthy class, you have to be very nimble, very unseen to get around the back, and you get that sense of achievement when you get your first backstab. And the backstabs that you do get, they feel a lot more earned, if you know what I mean. And I'm using the dead ringer with this set because the dead ringer, the set gives it a reduced sorry, I probably will be talking to Jester in the chat there throughout this video, but the dead ringer has a reduced cloak sound, was the set bonus. So yeah, I use that because you can really have a silent. It's actually quieter than the Invisiwatch uncloak, so it's very good. And that's why I use the dead ringer. People say the dead ringer's not the best one to use of it, but if you're actually using this set and you want to use it for the bonus, then there's no point using any other watches, because their decloak sound is incredibly quiet anyway. But it can be easier to get your first stab with like a cloak and dagger or an Invisiwatch, because you can be unseen round the back. But I think you get more of a sense of achievement with the dead ringer, because you know that you're not allowed to go invisible, you're not allowed to disguise, and it's just your pure stealth skill that's getting you the backstabs, which is nice. Another reason why I don't like the set is because it restricts you to use your pistol, because once you have your disguise, you really, you try and keep on to it a lot longer, because you cannot replace it instantly. So yeah, you cannot use your pistol as much. The pistol isn't very good anyway. The cloak bonus, I don't know. It works well in another set, which I call the Survivalist Spy set, which is this is Epic Jester here. He was on the other team, and me and him have little battles in games sometimes. And he ends up getting me, I think, ends up seeing me and chasing me down, especially with this pyro as well. I had them up my back for a bit. I did well, I got further than I expected. Didn't expect to get this far out, but obviously pyro followed me down, He really was lucky there. He hit me with a flare. You know, hitting someone with a flare that's invisible, you've got very slim chances. Yeah, but back on the topic, I use the survivalist spy set, which is the Spicicle, the Latrange or something like that, and the Dead Ringer. And if you use those three in combination, that set allows you to stay alive for the longest, I find. That's why I call it the survivalist spy set. Probably might make a video on that, but I haven't been using the Spicicle recently, as I've just finished making my Kunai Best of Kunai 2012 video, and I've been using that knife a lot, and I wanted to go back and have a bit of a break and go back to the normal stock knife, which is my favourite, and just mess around with that and get a few highlight gameplays. I think I'll be uploading maybe a Highlander gameplay, because I've been in some Highlander lobbies, and also some combat engineering gameplays, and also me and Jester are still trying to work on this dual com idea, so always watch out for that. Yeah, but the I can't believe I died there actually. But the Saharan spy set, you haven't really seen me get, you know, any big chain stabs yet. But I do start opening up the enemy team, and that's when I start, you know, raking in these points. And we've got a solid defense, which is always good, because they're going to be congregating around one point, which is this point here, round about there, because they're trying to get past that point, but they can't, so they kind of get stuck on that barrier. And as you can see here, you can just rip into them, and that's an example of a chain stab there. And I was uninterrupted; no one fired at me, because the cloaked disguise allowed me to carry on getting those chain stabs. This Demonman caught me out here because it was a bit fishy that another Demonman was coming from there. But yeah, the silent decloak allowed me to get down in here, and I just got the zap on that, and I'm not sure whether I got away or not. I can't remember. No, I think the NG busts me here, but I did get the teleporter, and the teleporter's key for this point, because as you know, on Badwater they don't switch spawns until they take the next point, so if you can slow them down, you get a lot more time on the last point, which is a lot easier to defend than this point, I find anyway, as a as a spy. Because as a spy, you go up those like spiral stairs outside the spawn, and that just leads you right behind them, and I find it great. But the enemy team, I don't know about Badwater, because the usual drop my headphones there. General rule is that the height advantage will win, but on Badwater they've got a constant 24/7 height advantage, because it's like a bowl in the middle at the bottom, but it's still one of the hardest payload points to capture last, I find. And this is Epic Jester, he's gone spy, and I got a really nice trick stab on him, and I was taunting him a bit afterwards, sending him messages. And again, this is just another example. These stairs, always tons of enemies going up those stairs. I find the route that I'm on now is working better. If I was attacking, I would use this route here. But as you can see, not letting them set up, not letting them get the teleporters, and you know, you wouldn't expect a Saharan spy to be you know, zapping. That's not really how they go, because if there's a sentry they really can't disguise. But as soon as you get the first disguise, you can just play like a normal spy, but with extra advantages really. And as well, the Saharan spy set is quite a hard set for noobs to get around. Like if they don't understand what's going on, you can just stab them and they just won't see what's happening. But more experienced players will know, because you can actually see a little bit of the cloaked body. Not much though. As you can see here, it's Epic Jester. He's the one that has the Max's head on. He's always just chasing me down, giving me a hard time there. It don't matter though. I'm just saying that he used the Natasha, because I don't like the Natasha, because it's kind of like a cheap weapon to use, because just because you can't, because Heavy's slow, having to slow people down to your speed just to kill them, I find it just, what's the point really? why give heavy a weapon like that? Even though it's not overpowered and you rarely ever see it because it's just a bad weapon. If you get caught, you know, as a scout in like a bowl like where I was, with a heavy, you know, it's game over really. No matter what you do, you're just going to be running at catastrophic speeds. And also, teleporters, I would use them to your advantage as a Saharan spy. Wait until someone exposes their back and get that first stab, which will allow you to get more chain stabs and zap the sentry nest and stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention that the Saharan spy set, if you already have a disguise and you are going for the stab and zap, where you stab the sentry then zap it, you don't even have to time it because you will instantly disguise and you can wipe out nests, but as long as you've got the first disguise. So that's always a good method for the Saharan spy set. But as you can see, I haven't really been using the pistol a lot because once you get the disguise, you really don't want to drop it because you never know when your next disguise is going to come, and it can be hard. You know, a pyro's not going to believe just a normal spy, but the enemy was a little bit, you know, on the dumb side, but you can't always help that, and I ended up getting loads of points. I got about 52 points. Thank you for watching, guys.